Alright, welcome everybody to the reveal of Angela. She's going to be our newest Vanguard. I'm going to be going over the patch notes and her little character reveal here. I'm just going to quickly go over just her kit. Just pause at like certain points, maybe go back a bit and like rewind to see what's fully there. I'm not going to take too much time on her, as much as I am going to take time on the patch notes just to kind of go over things, but here we are with our newest Vanguard, Angela. So as far as I know, she's going to be a flying tank or a flying dive tank. She's not going to really be much of a frontline, but she's just basically going to be this flying tank that can sort of hold her own. Let's just see.
Earth and past are tainted. I fight to reclaim them each day.
Okay, so first should mention, so they did kind of go over sort of the details about her playstyle, like what weapon she uses and stuff. So obviously she's gonna have this spear for her flight mode. Her ability obviously, so in flight mode she has the shield is like, hold on, I'm kind of blocking it, but so in flight mode she has the shield. She has this dive, or this probably looks like the dive more. You know what? Let's go over it. So,
Straight to hell. Glorious. Thoughts and prayers. Blessed blaze. To battle. Feathered fury.
okay, I want to kind of go back there. So this right here, this is obviously going to be her meter, her like flight meter, I guess, for how long you could obviously stay in the air. So it doesn't seem like you could go forever with this, like, you know, your push, this little push, grab, whatever you want to call it, because she slams down as soon as like the animation is done. You'll see right here. So like you could obviously cancel it when you want, but it sort of seems like you can't necessarily be pulling them forever, because at the end of her animation she's going to dive down and do this move. And then obviously when she's on the ground, she pulls out the axes. Like you see that? You see the meter, how it, like, when it's fully depleted, it's like one more time. Because she's obviously getting shielding from this. When you dive down, that little AoE that she does, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some sort of like Thor Force-esque thing, because she's obviously getting shielding while she's doing her melees in that zone. You see that? See how like her max HP is increasing? It's like every hit she's getting a shield sustain. And then her flight is up again, so then
Now is the time for salvation.
okay, one more time.
For salvation.
Okay, that's obviously her ult. She throws the spear down, and then like the ribbons come out of it. And that's obviously a cool duo. That's obviously going to be the duo, just Thor with the buffs that he got, which we will go over next, which I think are going to shoot him up a lot in the tier list. Like this is going to be your tank anchor duo for like dive heavy comps. So let's just kind of go back to our ultimate, kind of go frame by frame. So Okay, one thing's for sure is that she does not gain CC immunity while channeling it, so she can be interrupted, but it kind of seems like if you're flying, you're probably not going to be interrupted as much. Okay, so let me just go back a bit. So it doesn't really do much damage. You can kind of see how it barely chipped it. But this is obviously more of like a CC to do her next move, this move right here. Okay, yeah, that seems to do more of the damage. And then obviously her ribbons are tethering the enemies. But it kind of seems like they can move out of the zone, this like this gold circle here. I kind of want to see... I'm guessing it's the same effect that she does when she slams down, like she's getting the shield sustain from her melees.
Overconfidence will destroy you.
So yeah, that's basically her kit. Let's go over the patch notes. So let's go over the Vanguards first. So Cap is getting his anchor team up bonus removed, so he's getting 5% less damage throughout his whole kit. I don't know if this is really good or bad, because it's like he did kind of struggle before the buffs. So I don't know if this overall nerf to his damage is just gonna make him like this bullet sponge, like just annoyingly poking you in the back line. Who knows? Maybe he'll move up the tier or down. Strange. So his Maelstrom is obviously his little dark magic dispel thing. Is going from 8 seconds to 6. But he's losing... how much is it? So 25 HP. I think... this might hurt him because so you got to kind of think about the shield that he has. So it's an 800 HP shield if I'm correct. So 800 and then plus the 600, you're kind of taking that into his total health pool. But him without the shield, like, you know, the shield can go obviously very fast because it's very giant. You're blocking a lot of bullets and stuff. And if that goes down, then like you're kind of just left with the 575, which you don't have any other mitigation tools in your kit to really negate that. So this could hurt him, but 2-second cooldown, that's pretty good. Oh, it's a very, very good buff to his damage, his DPS rather. Emma Frost. So they're increasing her diamond form. So when she shifts into it and then she's out of it, they're increasing that cooldown shift from 15 to 18 seconds. So it's a 3-second nerf. Then her telepathic pulse energy she gains when hitting shields. I didn't realize she gets it from hitting shields. I thought it was just when you hit the enemy. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm kind of wondering why wasn't it like that, actually. Like her just getting free energy off of you blocking her, it just kind of still seems to reward her for being aggressive. But this cooldown, this is big, so she's gonna be less tanky from time to time, and more time to obviously CC her. And Penny Parker. Pennywise and Gilmore Threatening. So new spider drone effect now slows enemies' hits by 8% for 2 seconds. Each hit stacks the effects and resets the slow period, stacking up to 40. Man, that's gonna be annoying. Reduce the spider drone real time. Okay, so when she's running and then she's shooting out the drones from her back. That's obviously going to be more faster, but then these spider drones, which she also drops from her nest, you got to keep in mind about that, is that I can only imagine. So imagine the nest is set down and like it spawns out the 6 or 8 drones, I think it does. Then you walk onto it, all of them are just going to go to you, and then you're gonna just immediately take a lot of damage, and then but you're also just gonna be slowed heavily because all those drones that are obviously stacked together are gonna hit you in like a few seconds, so you're gonna be slowed a lot. And then plus in her ultimate, when she's just running past you, and then like she hits you, she knocks you up, and the drones go to you, you're gonna be slowed by like 60%, because I think she drops 2 every like 0.5 seconds now. That might be annoying, really. Like, really frustrating. Like, they would need to probably just drop the percentage per stack to like 5 maybe. But it could still reach up to 40. Who knows, maybe, like, I still think the ult is kind of weak. Because seems more like a buff to her nest than it does to her ult. Who knows. And Thor getting more love in the game, so... They're increasing the movement speed during his ultimate, so when he goes up into the air, it kind of feels like you're going slow, but you're actually just going your normal walk speed. But now they're increasing the movement speed from 600 to 700. This is talking about units, it's not like miles or kilometers, but just units per minute, I believe. So he's going to be moving faster in his ultimate, but then also the ultimate, when you land, it will now stun enemies for at least 1 second. Now this is the game changer, because I always kind of thought Thor's ult was kind of weak. It's kind of just like you're going up into the air, it's kind of just tickling enemies behind or below you, and then you slam, and it's like... Most of the time enemies are just gonna dash out of it, or like they could easily escape it. But I guess this is really punishing those that decide to stand around it, or stand near it or something, or maybe just get unlucky and not move around in time. But I would assume you could do this, so you hammer in, you dive the backline or whatever, you pop your little lightning realm. They're slowed. They're crippled now, if you remember that buff from last patch. So they can't run out of it. They can't exactly dash away from you. Then now you ult, and then you land, and now they're stunned. So it's like, this is a very good lockdown combo. I still think the final buff that Thor really needs is either damage boost to it, because when you land you're dealing 220 damage. Like, it's not enough to even kill the weakest backliner, because I think the weakest one is like Jeff, which has like, I think 207 or 250 HP, so it's like it's not even killing him with the slam alone. But I would think they would need to buff that to like 300, or he could like cancel the ultimate to land earlier. And maybe they could like balance it in a way that if you choose to land earlier, you won't stun enemies or something like that. Just a little thing like that. But this is still good anyways. Plus he's got a team up anchor effect with Angela, so we'll go over that next. Black Panther, nobody likes him in anyone's game, but they're reducing the base HP, which is good, I guess, and then bonus health gain when striking. So the shield when he gets is getting nerfed as well. Blade, increasing the damage from his sword. So like every time he slashes, so 1 and then 1, 2. So all those little hits are going from 22 to 24. Magic, a lot of changes here. So she's losing the team up effect of 15% damage boost. They're reducing the charge time for her slash. So when she's like, you know, she's holding up the sword and then she's like charging up the projectile. So that's going from 1.8 to 1.2. New slash effect projectile now pierces through enemies and reduces stepping disc cooldown by 1 second per enemy pierced. So you're going to be charging up your projectile, pierces through the back line, or through the front line to the back line. Then now you'll be able to like dash and like, you know, teleport and stuff like that, whatever you want to call it. More often. Her sword damage. Is this her melee? I think this is just, oh no, never mind. The normal melee is going from 30 to 40. This one, I think this is her little uppercut. And the Eldritch Whirl, that's the spinning attack. And then the Demon Range, that's obviously when she spawns the demon and it's attacking you very fast. Then Dark Child, increase the whirl attack from 35 to 45. And Umbral incursion damage from 135 to 140. Okay, so she's kind of just making up for the 15% she's losing. Moon Knight, Moonblade now holds 2 charges, taking each second to recharge. I think this is when he tosses like the little boomerang moon looking thing, so he can now throw it twice. Oh, I guess that's good. Psylocke, burst damage has been dialed back, so the retrieve damage, wing shurikens for a hit from this. So this is when she like throws that little shuriken on you that attaches to you. So the retrieve damage when it goes back to you, it's going from 12 to 8. Scarlet can now be healed by teammates during Mystic Projection. Oh, I think this is when she's like in her little orb form. Oh, that's interesting. And increased reality erasure from 800 to 9999. So this is obviously just going to be like a total... You're not mitigating this at all because... I think characters with like blocking abilities or mitigation tools, like what's it called? Like Emma Frost or Blade when he's blocking with his sword, they were getting like 25 to 80%. With Blade gets 80% damage mitigation, so he could obviously maybe survive this, the 800, but now they're just getting maximum damage. The reason why it's not 10,000 is because it's like an in-game coding thing where like this is the maximum amount of damage the game can technically do. But yeah, this is scary now. This is very, very scary. Like before, maybe yeah, you could just kill her when she's doing it and stuff, but then and now it's like, okay, now we gotta kill her. Like we gotta focus her. New effect now pulls in enemies during cast charge. So when she's ulting, she's obviously charging, so she's gonna be pulling in enemies now. I'm not sure how that would go, really. It's kind of scary to think about this. Alright, Squirrel Girl. Less acorn damage. Increase the hit of Squirrel Blockade from 35 to 50. Increase minimal bomb cooldown from 10 to 15 seconds. I think this is when she gets the second charge, or she could like eat an acorn and gain the second charge or something like that. Okay. Winter Soldier. A new Trooper Fist's new effects. The second strike now applies a 1 second debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using any mobile abilities. So this is when he does his little like punch forward and then uppercut. So now enemies are going to be crippled when you do that uppercut. And that's going to be annoying. It's like he already has the tools to knock you down with his little like when he punches and he sends out like that red like projectile. It's like now he can even just pull you in and then do his little combo, his uppercut combo, and then now you can't even use escapes with that as well. So he's gonna be like total anti-air character. Going into strategists, Invisible Woman, increase the slow effect of enemies passing through Guardian Shield from 30 to 35. New Invisible Boundary effect, healing from 160 to 180. New effect, slows enemies within range by 20%. So I'm guessing, so enemies that enter the realm, the little invisible area, the boundary, are now slowed by 20%. Good little effect, good little... I think that's pretty good. Maybe I don't know if you want to necessarily be pulling enemies in with your ability or push them out, but regardless, this seems pretty good. Jeff Ultimate now leaves an 80% radius healing pool at the point of activation that heals allies within range by a 100 HP per second. Healing pool lasts... Oh wow. Huh. So to kind of give like a comparison, so Invisible Woman's ultimate, it's going to be healing for 180 per second. Now Jeff's going to be healing for 100 per second. And it's lasting for 8 seconds. So he could, like, you know, during a team fight, you activate it, and then he's obviously going to be eating anybody around him. Spit out the teammates while he goes and, like, you know, deals with the enemies, like takes them off the map. And then so where he activated it, there's going to be a healing pool there where you're going to be now healing your allies or the people that you spit out. Oh, I wonder how good that would be actually. Because it's like it's 100 per second, which I think it's like this is the same healing speed, I guess, that he does normally with his like water cannon plus the healing orbs that he puts down. This will be interesting to see. I definitely want to see this in game to see how it works. And Loki, reduce illusion damage and healing ratio, so his little clones are going to heal and deal less damage from 100 to 80% of Loki's original damage. Reduce the shapeshift period from 15 to 12 seconds. This is actually really good because a lot of times you would shift into an enemy and then just kind of like, you would shift into a Luna or whatever, let the Luna do her ultimate, or you would, so Luna does her ultimate, and then she's kind of like has 5 seconds left. You shift into her, let her do the last 5 seconds, then you wait around, you're waiting around, you still have 15 seconds left as Loki. Then kind of seeing what the enemy will play. And then you do your ultimate, and then so like that kind of just extends the duration you're as the character. And then so yeah, so this will probably like force Loki mains to, like, you know, make a decision quickly. If using an active duration ability, i.e. Luna's ultimate, reduce shapeshift residual period from the ability from 5 to 3. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of explaining what I just said. So let's say you were to have 5 seconds left as Loki and you were to use it, you're obviously going to do the full duration of Luna's ultimate, but once it's done, your time left as her will go from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and then you'll shift back to Loki. Luna, her ultimate duration is getting cooled down from 12 to 10 seconds. And now I see her little note right here. See, we do nerf her. Yeah, after like 4 seasons. So yeah, like this is kind of going hand in hand because this is the combo you would see, like a Loki and a Luna just copying the ultimate. So you as a Loki wanting to copy her, so you're just gonna have 12 seconds as her while she does 10. So you're gonna basically just have a 2-second window if you want to maximize the duration of both the ultimates. And then Mantis, movement boost from nature's favor now decays to 0 over 2 seconds after being hit instead of instantly disappearing. Okay, I think this is when you would boost yourself to do more damage. You would kind of boost yourself to gain movement speed as well. If you were to get hit, that boost would stop, but now it seems like they're getting a 2-second. It now disappears after 2 seconds instead of instantly. Ultron. A new ability to his ultimate now deals 25% more damage to shields. So anytime you see bonus health, it typically just means shields. So So Luna pops her ultimate. Maybe you just want to like ult and focus her. You're gonna be like tearing through their shields, or like a rocket ultimate. You're gonna be tearing through enemies' shields a lot faster now. Good little effect to get more, making his ultimate more lethal, but they definitely need to boost his healing because the little drone, it's like, come on. It just obviously seems more like a DPS than a healer. Now the new team up abilities. Now this is where I was kind of talking about back with going over Thor's. So Thor, or Angela, is now the team up anchor. She gains 100 HP. And then Thor gains the new Thunderstrike Pike ability from his team up. I think maybe you guys saw it in the video, but in the dev talk they were doing where Thor with Angela. So basically, what the ability does, if you guys don't remember, so Thor is basically gonna hurl a thunderbolt at a location, and it's gonna stay there. It's kind of gonna be like the same effect that Angela does when she strikes down and sort of leaves that AoE effect. That this is what it's gonna do. Like that ability is gonna do. So he could throw it at a place, then he could reactivate this ability where he's gonna leap and then dive and to slam his hammer down at that place. So it's like an extra dive tool for Thor, which is gonna be very, very scary because he's no longer gonna have to rely on just his hammer swing to sort of dive the enemy. Adjust or remove. So arcane. So magic joins the order and gains a new celestial chain of Sitarak. I think we saw this. It's like where she chains enemies, or two enemies that are near each other, and if they try to separate, like, you know, farther from each other, the slow or like the link from them, it's gonna like strengthen and they can't escape it. Magic, she's losing the team up with Psylocke and Black Panther, the little teleports that they can do, so that's gone. Black Panther joins the Gamma Fun and gains Vibranium armor. So this is where also in the division where Black Panther, when he's very, very low health, he's gonna automatically gain a Hulk shield for like 1 second, which is gonna be just annoying. And then Arcane Order is actually getting a nerf, so this is for Scarlet Witch. So every time she would shoot out like those little orbs or whatever, the explosion damage upon hit, it's going from 12 to 6. So this is kind of just nerfing that ability from her. And that just about does it for everything. I'm really excited to see how Angela will perform, the new Vanguard. Very interested to see what kind of comp she would be in, because it kind of feels like she's gonna be dive for sure. She's gonna be just like sort of this flying tank. I feel like she, with that ability that she does where she kind of like flies and swoops and grabs enemies, that's gonna be really, really annoying. Because let me find it. So this right here, so it kind of just, anytime you see these reveal videos, they're kind of giving you, they're showing you the best case scenarios for the character reveal. Like they're kind of showing you like the enemies that you want to go against, because you're gonna obviously be countering these enemies. So it kind of seems like you're gonna pick her into Magneto and Doctor Strange. Like this is obviously your classic frontline shield combo. Then you, as Angela, you're gonna pick them, or pick her to counter this, because you could obviously just go fly behind them somehow and then just dive and then pick up both of them. And then it's like Magneto is obviously screwed because he has no escape ability, but then obviously Strange can still somewhat escape. But then Angela is gonna counter him, like I said, and then just, you know, go wherever he goes. Definitely the Thing is gonna be a counter, because how is she gonna like, you know, push him when he has that when he has his passive, his immovable passive. I think we saw, it kind of seems like he can counter Venom and Captain America, because she's obviously taking them both over there. kind of seems like they're still stunned now that I look back at it. Because look at that little animation, like where they're kind of just stuck like that. That's like a... It's kind of like a stun. It's not really a stun. Like they're not necessarily stunned. This is more like just a knockback effect. This is the same sort of effect that you see happens when Magneto uses his little knockback, his little mag cannon to knock you back. It's like you're kind of stuck in the air. You're in a knockback animation, so it's like you're kind of stunned, but you're technically not. So it's like she's gonna do that same effect because it's like just a very, very long knockback that she's doing. And then obviously you see them fall. I think maybe Venom still has a chance. Like any Venom mains can probably still attempt to swing away. Seems like like I said, Doctor Strange maybe still has a chance, maybe. But this is gonna take commitment from the Angela. Who else? Hulk? Maybe. I would say just Strange is like 50-50. Hulk, 50-50. The Thing definitely counters her. Penny is, I think, is really going to counter her because she's flying, and then you could just obviously web snare her in the air. Emma, I guess technically you can, in your diamond form. Like, you're not going to be able to knock her back because she's obviously going to be CC immune. Groot, you as Angela are going to counter him. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I'll definitely be on the lookout when I make a little a tutorial video for her. So I'm definitely gonna be playing her as much as I can to kind of just learn the kit, and then I'll put out a video within the next week or two. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown, and I'll see you guys in the next video.